The Chargers general manager who got booted winds up in Vegas. General manager, Las Vegas Raiders. Can you bleep and believe that? Now, that being said, I thought he did a good job in a tough situation with the Chargers. Had been here in San Diego, went north, had to answer to John Spanos. Record while he was general manager, 86-95. Only 2 career playoff wins in the 11 years. His history is drafting athletes, and he has drafted a lot of good athletes. Sadly, franchise, as general manager of the Chargers, just devastated by virtue of injuries. Only critique I'd have of Tom Telesco, he's ultra conservative. He's not bold. He's not brazen. He doesn't make a lot of trades. He doesn't spend big money in NFL free agents. I'll be fascinated to see whether or not he will have any input into the hiring of the coordinators under the coach who got the job, Antonio Pierce. I'll be intrigued to see whether or not Kellen Moore, if he is deposed by the Chargers, winds up going to Las Vegas, because I think Telesco still holds Kellen Moore in high regard. And obviously we'll be interested to see if this Greg Williams rumor about the longtime defensive coordinator, if he winds up with the Raiders there. What does Tom Telesco bring aside from the 86-95 record? I'll say this, and it'll probably be followed by an exclamation point, which Raider fan watching will take as a bleeping insult. He brings credibility. He brings integrity. He brings intellect. He brings consistency. All things that are lacking in Raider football. Precisely, in the front office.
Exactly.
So there you go. Tom Telesco wearing the silver and the silver and black. And your response?
I'm shocked by this one as well. It's kind of like, the Mark Davis is kind of bringing in kind of an A team here, sort of button down collar guys that kind of have their act together and they're not just a bunch of renegades. This is going to be interesting, man. If they could figure out how to right the ship in Vegas, wouldn't it be great for the NFL to have the Raiders, the autumn wind, all the mystique around the Raiders and having them be a dominant team in the NFL? So, Mark Davis putting his ducks in a row, man. I mean, we'll see what this works.
Fascinating to think about the AFC West. It was interesting because I was on ESPN radio at midnight last night doing a national thing on the Chargers hiring Harbaugh. And one of the topics we kicked around was the potential of what the AFC West could be real quick. Well, you got Reed and Mahomes in Kansas City. I got Harbaugh and Justin Herbert with the Bolts. And now you got Antonio Pierce, and they're going to go get a quarterback, and you got different leadership now with the Raiders. And you still got Sean Payton out there, and who knows how he's going to flip this, but he's got assets to trade that he wants to trade to get his type of players in. And we know what he did in New Orleans when Drew Brees arrived with a bad arm. So, I mean, you got these teams in the AFC West that all have the potential to make a big jump up. This could be a really fascinating division next season, depending on if quarterbacks fall a certain way. So that's going to be interesting.
Well, you'd have to go back like 20 years or more when the AFC West was the best division in the NFL.
Yeah, the Elway era and everything, all Raiders, and then the Chargers, their run to the Super Bowl.
Exactly. So, are we going to go back to that? It'd be great if it would. I mean, getting some good quality football on the West Coast. That's what I'm for.
Okay.